All right, so check this out here. Now we're going to be factoring trinomials in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c now when a is greater than 0. Okay, so, and this is actually very important here because all of the examples that I've done in example 1 through 4 have all dealt with the form of when a is greater than, or actually when a is equal to 1. Okay, and so when a is equal to 1, then you do your little diamond and you put your c on top and then you put your b on the bottom. Okay, but that's only when a is equal to 1. In this case, a is not equal to 1. So the problem format and the complexity, it does change now. So you got to pay careful attention now. So this is the way it works. When it's in the same form, but when a is greater than 0, we're still going to do our cool diamond, but instead of putting c up here, we're going to put a times c. We're actually going to multiply these two guys and put that on top, and then b goes on the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to multiply these two guys to get the top and add to get the bottom. All right, so I'm going to do my diamond. A times -3 is a -24. And then you add to get the bottom, -10. Okay, so we're still trying to multiply to get the top and add to get the bottom. So two numbers that multiply and give us -24 and add to get -10. Let's see, 12 and 2 it seems like, right? 12 and 2. Let's see, I want that to be a -10, so that's to be a -12. Let's see if it works up here. -12 times a +2 is a -24. Good. All right, so check out this next part here. What we're going to do now is we're going to use what we learned in section 6.2 and factor by grouping. Okay, and so pay very close attention now. So I'm going to rewrite this. Okay, I'm going to write the exact same thing but just in a different way. All right, so watch this. I'm going to rewrite my 8y squared, and I'm going to rewrite my -3. Okay, but notice what I skipped. I skipped -10y. Instead of writing -10y, I'm going to write it as, check this out here, as -12y plus 2y. Now, isn't -10y the same as -12y plus 2y? Well, yes, right, those are the same. And notice where I got -12y and 2y from. Where did I get it from? Well, from right here. Okay, so that's why we had to do the diamond. That's where it comes from. Okay, and so now you're thinking like, all right, dude, I don't know where you're going with all this, but just hang with me right now. I'll show you where I'm going. All right, so now we have 4 terms. And remember how we talked about last chapter or last section is when you have 4 terms, that's a good indication that we're going to factor by grouping. So we're actually now going to factor this guy by grouping. All right, so again, the way that we factor by grouping is we put parentheses around the first 2 terms and then parentheses around the second 2 terms. Okay, and now we factor the first GCF. Okay, so the first GCF of 8y squared minus 12y is a 4y. So what goes back inside? 2y minus 3. And then here, notice what's the GCF of 2y minus 3? Well, there's nothing, right? So that means I'm just going to put a plus 1. I'm going to factor out a 1, and this is important to do this for this matter. And I get 2y minus 3. Okay, well, notice now that we have a GCF of 2y minus 3 and 2y minus 3. So now we can finally write the answer that we're looking for. 2y minus 3. Okay, so that's that GCF, and then look at what we have left. We have 4y plus 1. If you're like, oh dang, dude, that was some gnarlyism. It's a little bit crunchy right there. So let's just go back over the process here. So the first thing I did was I recognized, oh, my a is bigger than 1. So when a is bigger than 1, then you have to multiply a and c. Okay, so I'll multiply 8 and -3 and get -24. All right, and then I put my -10 on the bottom. I found my 2 numbers that multiply and give me the top and add to get the bottom, which is -12 and 2. All right, so then what I did was I rewrote my original problem, and I dropped down the 8y squared, I dropped down the -3, but instead of writing negative 10y, I wrote negative 12y plus 2y. See right here? All right, and then I factored this whole guy by grouping and doing all that work. I got this right here. And if you really want to make sure that this is correct, you can go ahead and multiply this all out. All right, and then you can verify that the answer was correct, because you should get 8y squared minus 10y minus 3. All right, well, let's come up here now and let's do another one. Again, 6 is not 1, right? Remember how if a is bigger than 0, then I'm going to have to multiply 6 and 10 is 60, and then negative 19. All right, so let's get 60. Well, let's see, 6 and 10. No, that won't work. Let's see, 5 and 6. Let's see, 5 and 6. I'll give it 6. No, let's see. Well, okay, I can't quite figure it out as quickly as I want to here. So maybe if we come over here, let's see, 12 and 5, 12 and 6. No, it's not going to give it right there. So what you can do is we can do, say, 60. Oops. 60 and 1. Let's see, 30 and 2. 3 and 20. That won't give us 19. Let's see, can 60, does it go into 4? 4 goes into 6 one time. Let's see here. Let's see. And let's see, that's going to give us 4 right there. 25. Oh, there it is. Good. All right, so we're going to have 15 and 4. Okay, so 15 times 4 is 60, and 15 plus 4 is not negative 19, so they both have to be negative right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and, again, let's rewrite this, right? So I want to rewrite this, but again, I'm not going to write negative 19k, so I'm going to put 6k squared. Instead of writing negative 19k, I'm going to rewrite it as negative 15k minus 4k. Okay, again, so I get that all from right here. That's where I get those two values, and there's always going to be a variable next to it. And then plus 10. All right, so you put parentheses around the first two terms, and then parentheses around the second two terms, and there is a plus sign in between right there, because I'm not making this a product now. So let's see, the GCF of 6k squared and minus 15k. Let's see, a 3k. What goes back inside? I have 2k minus 5. Negative 4k plus 10, so I have a negative 2. So now I have a 2k minus 5. And let's see if that makes sense there. Negative 2ks. Yeah, good. All right, so notice that both of these guys are the same. So since those are the same, I can go ahead and factor that guy out now. So I can factor out 2k minus 5. And what goes back inside? Well, it's what's left. So it's 3k minus 2. And there it is.